Illegals, the Democrats are not your friends. They have rebranded slavery, using you as cheap labor since the day that slavery was abolished. I know you may see me as your enemy, but I'm fighting for my Nevadans and Americans the way that your leaders should have fought for you. Democrats have used you and then deported more of you under Barack Obama than any other president in history, and that's the truth. And they're offering you $1,000 to self-deport and come back the right way for a true chance to be part of the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. We are not your enemy. Immigrants are not bad, but breaking the laws in the name of compassion sets a precedent for lawlessness, and I will not allow that. When you return legally, you will have the same protections and opportunities as lawful immigrants have, including one day the option of citizenship when you've proven yourself. We must be honest. We must heal, and we must rebuild this nation so that we can once again offer the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Together as Nevadans and Americans, we will make America great again for all Americans. Vote Winterhawk. A W for Nevadans, a win for the American people in the 2026 Nevada's gubernatorial governors election.
New candidate. I need to do some research on this brother right here. I don't know if, he sounded like a Republican, but I just want to be sure. All right, I just want to be sure. Matthew Winterhawk. Let's take conservative for Nevada governor, 2026. Okay, all right. If you want to go follow the brother, here's his profile on X. All right. Right there. You can pause it if you need to. If you live in Nevada, there you go. Now, of course, we got to talk about some of these deportations because they're happening all over the place. And it is wonderful to see ICE raiding all of these different establishments and places and making sure that these illegals are out of here. Now, let's dive in.
Hey, look at
Whoa, get away, hey, get away!
Get off him!
What the?
Back off! I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching you.
Stay back.
I'm standing here
Stand
with the
back.
phone. I'm standing right here with the phone in my hand.
Hey, you can go inside, my friend.
Stand
Hey,
back.
you can go inside.
Why are you arresting
Hey,
him?
nobody has
He's
to
here
find out
illegally.
any
What are you
other,
arresting?
Hey,
How,
wait.
how
good.
can you
Let me come
sleep
in.
at
I
night?
know. Let me talk to him.
Okay.
He's my brother.
Okay.
Hey,
How can you sleep at?
He's got the staple.
Okay.
We got the application ready.
What are you doing? How can you do this? How can you sleep at night? This is.
Trust me, they probably sleep a whole lot better than you. That's for darn sure. Goodness gracious, they're here illegally, so they will be deported. But you know, the great thing about all of this is that some of these liberals, right, legal American citizens that are liberals are like deporting themselves. Bro, I'm getting all types of tongue twister. My goodness, I can't even talk. Sounding like Joe Biden. They're self-deporting now, right? Check it out.
A lot of people I know are thinking about where they can get citizenship. And
I do
stuff.
have Italian. I did get Italian citizenship.
You do?
I do.
Oh, that's amazing.
I do have that. And what's going on is as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Way worse.
It's so much worse. It's just unbelievable. Like, I feel like it's probably even worse than he would like it to be.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, every once in a while, I'll Google Trump regrets or MAGA regrets just to see all the people that I'm not happy that they're upset and but it makes me hope that maybe this will bring people together.
No. Well, y'all let me know in the comment section. Do you regret voting for Trump because of what is happening right now? Let me know. If there were another election today and it was Trump versus, I don't know, we'll say Gavin Newsom, right? Because I believe he's leading in the Democrat polls right now as far as who will be their candidate I believe it's Gavin Newsom. So if it were Trump versus Gavin Newsom today, would you vote for Trump again? Let me know. And if not, why not? Talk to me. Talk to me. Next clip.
Well, I've made up my mind. I will be turning in my DACA and returning to Mexico. We came to America January 15th, 1996, so almost 30 years. I was a baby, so I have no memories of Mexico, but I think it's time for me to go back. Now, there is a lot of fears and wonderings and what ifs, but I do not want to be captive to this country anymore. I am a homeowner, I'm a teacher, and I'm currently in my master's program. So this is going to take several months to deconstruct 30 years of building a life here. So I graduated in May, and as a teacher, we work through May. So by June of 2026, I should be back in Mexico. So again, it's going to be a long process. It's going to take some time, but I have already started working towards that big change. And I'm not doing it out of fear or worry. I am choosing to be with family. I am choosing to be free. I am choosing to travel. And I am choosing to give the good that I have to the country where I come from.
Hey, I really don't have I don't have much to say about that, right? Hey, you want to self-deport? By all means. Deuces. You know, I'm just saying, deuces. Peace out.
A demand for sanctuary. Migrant rights groups are demanding Contra Costa County supervisors do more to protect undocumented immigrants from detention and deportation. It started with protests, followed by direct demands that the county formally declare itself a sanctuary area and change how they interact with ICE. NBC's Tom Jensen reports from Martinez.
The supervisors stopped short of naming this a sanctuary county, facing possible backlash from a vindictive White House. But they could move forward with some sort of non-compliance ordinance for county workers.
And we are not going to let this happen, and we are going to stand up to a fascist government.
Protesters rallied outside the Contra Costa County supervisors' offices ahead of their weekly meeting. They're upset about recent ICE arrests outside immigration courts in Concord and the sheriff's office policy to notify ICE when it's releasing an undocumented person with felony convictions.
And finally call for a non-compliance ordinance across Contra Costa County. That's right.
The protest was held just before supervisors considered the latest oversight report from Sheriff David Livingston, who also commented on his department's policy regarding interactions with ICE.
There absolutely should at least be communication for serious and violent offenders.
And the sheriff said those are the only instances where his department cooperates with ICE actions. But demonstrators and at least one supervisor have questions about what constitutes serious offenders.
Some of those crimes did not seem to be serious crimes. It could be property damage crimes where they were reported.
District 1 Supervisor John Joya asked for county staff and council to study what actions the board can take legally to protect people from ICE when those people are utilizing county services.
Because we are already seeing ICE going into hospitals and clinics and schools. We run all of those things, and we want to make sure that ICE can't come into a preschool and take away and snatch away a young child or a patient at our county hospitals.
But the supervisor says the board is very limited legally on how much control it can exert over the sheriff's policy beyond making recommendations. Forward with the supervisor's request, and there could be a staff report in the coming weeks that instructs county workers on exactly how they're supposed to interact with ICE.
You know, and I said this before, I find it amazing, absolutely amazing.
We're not criminal.
Hold on, we don't want to play that video yet. I find it amazing how Democrats will bend over backwards, will twist themselves into pretzels to try to figure out how to help illegal citizens. But they couldn't do that for American citizens while they were in power. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. And I think it needs to be called out more. I feel like not enough people are calling that out. Democrats are bending over backwards, trying to figure out everything, having meeting after meeting, protest after protest, all of this other stuff. But they couldn't do it for the American citizens. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
What happens to the people who are sent to Alligator Alcatraz who are not criminals, who perhaps were there by accident?
Nobody is there by accident. These are people who have committed a crime against the United States by entering this country illegally.
But CBS News has learned many of those detainees have no criminal charges. And some, like Edgar, are dreamers. Edgar has lived in the U.S. for nearly 25 years. He arrived when he was 13 years old and is a DACA recipient, an Obama-era program that offers temporary protection from deportation to undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. In June, the father of 3 U.S. citizen children was detained during a traffic stop. Edgar was among the first detainees sent to Alligator Alcatraz.
When he got arrested and he was taken there, I was actually worried for his life.
We spoke to his brother and his mom, who asked us to only use older photos of his kids to protect their privacy.
Que me lo están privando de su libertad, eso me tiene atada de manos.
The fact that he's being deprived of his freedom, that makes you feel like your hands are tied. Edgar is now in a different detention center in Florida. When we spoke with him on video call, he asked us to not use his name or show his face. Do you think the government made a mistake when they arrested you and sent you to Alligator Alcatraz?
Correct, yes. There's actually people who's innocent, like me.
When you were arrested and you told them, I have DACA status and it's active, what did they tell you?
He said DACA was canceled, that I will stand no chance in staying in the country.
What do you think is the point? Why do you think you're in there?
Make you lose your mind. It's like a torture and try to make you deport yourself.
And when I reached out to DHS, a spokesperson told me that the agency's position is that DACA does not confer any form of legal status in this country, that recipients are subject to arrest and deportation, and they encourage dreamers to, as they call it, self-deport.
Yeah, self-deport yourself. Please, get on up out of here. See ya. What I also find amazing is that these illegals will come here to America on American soil and do this.
Off to the sides, guys. Push you off to the sides.
Excuse me, sir, what country are you from?
You can't even take the time to learn the American language, English. I don't know.
30 acres.
Maybe I'm harsh. Y'all can let me know in the comments, but I find that crazy. I find that pretty crazy. You don't even bother to learn the American language, English. No English. What? Huh? And once again, doesn't matter where you came from. Learn the language. Learn the language. We shouldn't be in a country, in America, where we have to press 1 for English when we call an 800 number. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. Anyway, next clip.
You've got more than 30 acres of this farm with fruit that looks well, like this, like rotting on the trees. These are cherry trees. These are cherries that are more than 2 weeks past their prime. They weren't picked because the farmer who runs this farm says his workforce was too scared to show up this year.
Our workforce is primarily immigrants. You could have all the children born in the United States, but if mom's still trying to work through the immigration system and has an issue, the whole family might say, like, look, we're not going to risk it because we don't want mom to get picked up, so we're going to stay down in California.
Fear of ICE raids kept many of them from traveling north this year. To understand why, we head south to Central California.
So we're hoping that one of those farm working families will actually talk to us here and give us a sense of what life is like in hiding. I think you're good. No names or anything there.
Behind closed doors, making dinner with her mom, we meet Lisa.
Like every single summer, we will go up there. My parents or myself will pick cherries. But this year, we decided to stay home just to be safe.
Because you're living essentially as though you're going to be targeted at any moment.
Yes.
You've got to buy food.
Yes.
You've got to go shopping. You do leave for that.
Yes, I have to. I mean, someone has to in the house.
Lisa's here under DACA, a program that gives temporary protection to people brought to the U.S. as children. Her 3 young kids, all U.S. citizens.
This is my new avatar.
You can tell they get kind of bored, like cooped up inside.
No playgrounds, no summer sun. She's afraid of getting picked up by immigration while out, and the family getting separated. She's even thinking about homeschooling this fall, just to keep them close. but it's her mom she thinks about most, still picking crops in her 60s.
I would like to point that out. My mom is not a criminal. And it hurts. Sorry. Back in 2020, when the whole pandemic happened, my parents were being considered essential workers, and now they have to hide. I told my mom that, and she feels that this is just a phase, that if we just gotta hang in there, be hopeful, and it's gonna pass.
Someone has to talk about what's actually going down here. We're normal people. We work with normal people, good, hardworking people that have good work ethic. They are part of our community. Just like my arm is connected to my body, they are part of us. So it's not just a matter of just like cutting them off and be like, all right, see you later. If we lose them, we lose part of who we are as well. As a farmer and a human being, we have the responsibility to take care of people that take care of us. And that's how life, I guess, should work, in my opinion.
Hey, lock this brother up. Lock him up. He's hiring, well, at least it seems like, right? It seems like, because what they said at the beginning was all of his workers have like disappeared. They're too afraid, right? But if they're here legally, why would they be afraid? So the only thing that would make sense in that situation is they're here illegally. And if you're hiring illegal immigrants, you should be arrested. Obviously, there's a lot more that needs to be investigated. But to me, it sounds like some illegals were being hired. And if that is the case, that brother needs to be arrested. If that is the case. Now, if it isn't, well, then fine, right? Nothing should happen to him. If he was hiring legal citizens, hey, kudos to him. And maybe he should call him up and say, hey, you're legal. You're good. Come back to work, please. But if it's the other way around, they got to go, and he needs to go to prison. And that's facts. But, yeah, y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. Listen, are they a part? Are they humans, right? Yes, of course. Duh. They're not, dogs or something. That's not what they are. They are humans. But they're here illegally. The same way anybody else would be arrested for a crime, they're being arrested and deported for their crime of illegally coming into this country, and they're being deported back to their home country. It's that simple. It's that simple. Nobody's saying that they're not human or that they aren't hard workers, because a lot of them actually are, right? A lot of them really are hard workers, but you're here illegally. It's that simple. I don't care how hard of a worker you are. I don't care where you came from, what your skin color is, or any of that. Like, you're here illegally. You're getting deported. Simple. And no, this will not pass. You got a whole another 3.5 more years of these deportations. So buckle up. We just getting started. Peace and love. I'm out.